Hey y'all, so this is my first live pillow talk tea session, I guess we can call it. But this story I'm about to tell y'all, it was way too much to type out, so just bear with me. Bear with my little $20 wig I got for Amazon. My hair's not done, so I just threw something on. Just spare me with some shit over here. But let's get right into the story. Okay, there's this, I know a lot of y'all is on TikTok. I don't know if y'all seen this story or not, because it really didn't get too popular. It didn't go like viral or nothing. But there's this girl, her name is Stephanie Hall. If you want to just go look at her videos, it's Stephanie Hall. And she pointed out that Cora Jakes, the daughter of tdjakes, yes, him, that guy, the one who has the mega church, the daughter of tdjakes is potentially out here stealing babies. Now, if that's not a wild enough caption for y'all, let's get into the story. Okay, so this is the girl, Stephanie Hall, who originally brought the story up. You can go to her page and see all the videos that she has. But let's continue with this. Okay, that picture right there is a picture of Cora and her family and the two kids. That's her husband, Richard Brandon Coleman, and the daughter is Amari, and the son is named Jason. Okay, key facts to take from this. Cora and Brandon have been married for 10 years now. They married in like 2011 or whatnot. As you see, they have two kids. Cora has not been pregnant, not once. But it's not unusual when you're dealing with rich people. Like, they can easily get surrogates and do adoption or whatnot. But some more key facts. The daughter is the oldest, Amari. She was adopted around 2013, but get this. That was not the first adoption Cora and her husband did. I'm going to show you a picture of the first child she adopted, and get this here. Okay, y'all, that white baby right there was the first baby that she adopted. Nobody never questioned, but it was 2011, and as we all, if you're my age, you know, 2011, 12, 13, around that era, it was like the beginning of Instagram, so it was fresh. So, you know, wasn't about too pressed by following celebrities or nothing like that. Like I said, it was the beginning stage of Instagram. But she's like, that was like the first post she ever posted on her page, and like, it's continuous post of this baby that she just was taking care of, I guess. Because like, when that child turned about 4 or 5 years old, like, starting Head Start, after that, you never see her post anything else. Like, it's just one comment on her page and one of the pictures she posted where she, like, somebody, I guess like her sister or something like that, asked her if she get ready to leave or whatnot. And she was like, yeah, she's finna start school or whatever. And after that particular picture, after that comment, you never see any more pictures of this baby. So who's to say where this child even came from, what she was doing? She's posting like it was like her child, so it's safe to say like maybe she, I don't know. Like, I'm not familiar how adoption works, but it was just weird. But the weirder fact, other than the fact that Cora, when she first started Instagram, she was a rather slim woman, like average size. And it was so funny to me because, like, she started posting how she's gonna go on this diet or whatnot. Y'all, this motherfucker posted, like, she had bought, like, 10 pounds worth of McDonald's food and talking about some right before the fast. Y'all, I was laughing so fucking hard at this shit because I'm like, bro, that is not how you do a fast, baby. But even besides that point, she sit there, like I said, she was like an average sized woman talking about she finna go on a diet. I'm like, this is the first time I ever seen somebody who was like rather skinny, I guess you could say, gain weight after talking about going on a diet, bro. But that's not the weird part about this. Like, in the beginning of her Instagram page, when she first got on it, it's like she has this weird obsession with, like, white people. Y'all have to really just scroll her Instagram page. Like, she doesn't delete nothing. Everything's still there. And it's like, aside that baby girl that she's posting, like, what was posting, it's like nothing but white babies on her page. Just random white babies, random white people. And then, like, I guess I'm not even sure how long TD Jakes has been, I guess, this rich guy. But I'm guessing she went to, like, a more private school that's probably was, like, predominantly white, maybe. Because, like, even all her throwback pics of, like, just going to school, going to prom and all that, and just hanging out. It's like her being the darker girl with nothing but white people, aside from her sisters or her, like, her cousins or something like that. It's like just her and white people. So I'm kind of thinking maybe because like you can look at her and tell like one thing I would say you can always tell by the eyes and the makeup of a of a woman if she's all there in the head or not. And Cora most definitely has that look like she is not all the way connected upstairs. But anywho, like all this is leading up to all this foolishness. So like I said, it's like a weird obsession of her just loving white people. She's very into like celebrity, like, and another thing, she's very into celebrity stuff. But like when I say like she has so many pictures of like Beyonce when like she first announced she was pregnant with Blue Ivy, it's like she was almost like in stalker mode, like just it was like so many pictures of Blue Ivy and Beyonce and Jay-Z. Then turn around when Kim Kardashian got pregnant with North with Kanye. She just posted like she has this weird obsession with babies in general. So back to the point though. So that like the little white girl was the first child she adopted or whatnot. Then comes Amari in about 2013. That's when the baby girl comes in. And she's been having her since then. Okay, we'll get into this. Okay, those are just all the kids' names she had picked out prior to all her kids. And, that's not unusual. Like us girls, we fantasize about our kids' name. So, nothing's weird right there, right? You would think. But I just want to show y'all that's what she had posted before she had any other kids besides that first white baby. So, let's get into when the first official, I guess, baby that she was able to keep comes into play. Okay, so watch this. Okay, so boom, little Miss Amari pops into the picture around 2013. As we clearly see, she's not like a baby. She's probably about every bit of like 3 or 4 years old or whatnot. But I will say the Cora's defense, there wasn't really nothing strange about it or like no more rare instances to say. Like from that point on, like everything's pretty normal. Like she just posting like all the baby pictures, and as the girl's growing older, she posting like all the activities she got the girl in, and like how she got her in church and everything. I mean, she's a real pretty girl, and they was like, us, this is one pretty family, whatnot. So it's pretty much like she just got the child that she's been praying for the longest. But being Cora, like, it's some more like kind of like. At first you wouldn't think nothing about it, but then like you just see it all the time, and it's make you just go, things that just make you go, So let's get into that. Okay, and that's just pointing out that Cora has never shied away from the fact that she has fertility issues. Like, she started her own blog site, Fertility Faith, in like 2012. And like she also went to school for like some type of early education thing or whatnot. And Cora also happens to be over like the church, like the kids ministry up in her dad's church or whatnot. So nothing really strange there. I mean, I think like the whole family is connected as far as like the whole church business or whatever with their dad, tdjakes. So it's nothing really strange there, but let's get into where this second baby comes into play. This is where all the mess started. How the whole accusing of is she stealing babies? And when we say stealing babies, when I say stealing babies, we're not meaning like she's actually stealing these babies, but let's get into how she got the second child, the son here. This is finna like fuck y'all up. Like, just watch this. Okay, I hope y'all still follow me. Now, mind you, I told you in the beginning this, like, they have 2 kids. The daughter name is Amari. The second child, the son name is Jason. You might be wondering, okay, as you see from the order I posted the pictures, the first picture is when Jason was a newborn. And, she's like regular them into the family or whatnot, or into her life or whatever. That second picture is actually Jason, the baby Jason, with his actual mom. And the third picture, just in case you're confused, thinking, oh, well, her husband must have cheated on her. That must be the side chick, and she had his baby. Like, no, y'all, that is not the case here. Jason is that girl's baby. And y'all, and then like everything had to be just fine. Like, this is how all this got started. Everything had to be just fine at first, because like even when you go down Cora's page, when like she's first posting these baby pictures of Jason, like she was posting him a lot. I mean, a lot. And like she was even tagging the girl. Like, they would just communicate on the pictures. Like, she'll be like, my baby Jason, all that. And then like even one girl coming on one of the pictures, she asked, "Are you like the auntie or something like that?" And she's like, "No, I just help out here and there. This is Cora now. I just help out here and there." And then like the girl, her name was like Michelle. She actually was like, girl, stop the lies. The lies you tell, girl. You said that you have him almost all every day, it seems like. But like I said, everything was just fine or whatnot. This is like when Jason was just a baby. Like, the girl name's Michelle. That's her child. And Cora, to my understanding from the girl now, was supposed to just be helping her out. Y'all, and like I said, this is where the point of the story where all this shit, you might be bored, but up until this point, like, this is how this shit gets started. Now, y'all watch this video of the actual mother speaking about how Cora and her husband got her child. Like, this is wild, y'all. For this to be church people, this is very wild. And I'm gonna let y'all watch the video first.
I was homeless. I was leaving a 4 or 5 year relationship. I had 3 kids already, and I was pregnant with my 4th born, Jason. When we got reacquainted, she told me that she'll be there to help me. You know, she told me that she was only there to help me. After I had Jason, it was just like, I was just set up from the beginning. She was not there to help me. She was actually there to take my child. And she did everything that she could to get what she wanted, her and her husband. From constantly telling me that I didn't have my son for myself, to backing me in a corner in her office at her home when they stayed in Grand Prairie, her and her husband Brandon, and telling me that if I did not give my son to them, that they would take him from me. Making me feel like I was inadequate to take care of one child, although I already had 3 kids. Making it seem like she was there to help me, but the whole time she was planning and conniving to take my son Jason. After I had my son Jason, because while I was pregnant with Jason, I was depressed. Mentally, physically, spiritually, I was fucking depressed. You understand what I'm saying? So when I had Jason, I went into postpartum depression. I never dealt with that in my whole entire life or having children. I never dealt with postpartum depression. I didn't know what it was. I didn't know how to deal with it. I just know that I was dealing with it. You know, and she took that and she prayed on my vulnerability to the point where she had me in front of a fucking MacBook recording and asking me questions, talking about it was counseling, but it wasn't counseling, because later on down the line, a few years later, she would then use that evidence against me in court when I went to fight for my son. Okay? She used that shit against me. Okay? What was supposed to be for healing, what was supposed to be for ministry, what was supposed to be for all of that, she used it against me in court to take my son, okay? Now, I don't know many mothers that's dealt with postpartum depression, but that shit is fucking real, okay? It causes you to be detached from your child. It causes you to feel like, maybe you don't love your child. This shit is real. And in my case, it caused a detachment. Not that I didn't love him, but I didn't feel close and connected with him because of the postpartum depression, not because of who I am as a mom. And that bitch preyed on that shit. And when you fighting against people with money, and I'm talking about real money, that shit is hard as fuck. I represented myself in trial by myself. And I had to sit up there and come to the agreement because I didn't know how to fight no more. They paid my lawyer off. They paid the judge off. They didn't even want to submit their income documents, her health documents, nothing, to the point where they had even their little minions around them doing the work for them. You know what I'm saying? That girl, for a whole year straight after I had my baby, did whatever she could to put it in my head that my baby was not for me, to the point where she brought down a so-called prophet by the name of Gaylena, okay? And they performed this whole little, I call it an exorcist now. Had me laying on the floor, speaking in tongues over me, pouring oil over me. Then she comes up with this elaborate story talking about I didn't have Jason for myself, that I had Jason for Cora and Brandon Coleman. And how she could see Brandon sitting on some type of throne. And it was my son that was sitting on his lap, and he was just laughing and playing. To the point where Cora told me after I had my son Liam that God gave me Liam so that Jason's real brother could come. Who the fuck is Jason's real brother? Because bitch, it sure ain't no child coming from you because you can't have kids. She can't have kids. You understand what I'm saying? The bitch can't have kids. I'm not the first person that she tried this with, but I'm the only person that she got this fucking far with. And I'm tired of being quiet. To the point now, from 2018 to now, Brandon Coleman was locked up on May 4th for sexually assaulting the adopted daughter, Amari. And it wasn't just a one-time offense. It was continuous sexual assault. So now I gotta sit here and I gotta think, well, did he touch my baby? Did he touch my baby? You understand what I'm saying? I haven't seen my child since 2018. They keep him from me. I don't know where they stay. I don't know where they live. I don't know their day-to-day thing. I don't know anything. This whole fucking time. And this man has been a motherfucking molester in your motherfucking home, but you so worried about making this home, making this family, having these kids, that you're willing to steal, kill, and destroy other people's lives, other people's families. I can't tell y'all how many times my baby sit up here and ask me for their brother. Mama, when we gonna see Jason? Mama, when is Jason coming home? And I don't have an answer to give them.
So yeah, y'all see some sad shit right there, for real, for real. But I know y'all gonna have y'all opinions and whatnot, but as far as me, I believe her. Like, I 100% believe what she's saying, because it just adds up when you think about everything. You're talking about a woman, Cora, who can't have kids. This girl, Michelle, they're saying, like, one of her kids, like, okay, if you listen to the whole video, she had 3 kids. Jason was the 4th child. One of the kids already had gotten taken away from her or whatnot. And then if you listen to what she's saying, she said she just got over, like, a long-term relationship. She was homeless. So, of course, I mean, all that stress, like, that's not unreasonable to say she was going through postpartum depression or whatnot. And think about it, you add all that up to a woman who can't have kids, who's rich and like financially able, I can see her pulling her strings, like trying to get close to her, all in the name of trying to get her child. Because in her mind, she don't even deserve her kid because she's this broken woman. She's going through. She's a vulnerable target. If you really think about it, she's really vulnerable. Like at that state, it was probably easy to convince her, oh girl, you don't have to worry about nothing. I'll help you, blah, woo, woo, blase, blase, or whatnot. Like it wouldn't be hard. Then it's like, okay, Cora Jakes, if you live in that Texas area, you probably thinking to your mind, okay, this is tdjakes' daughter. Like she wouldn't do me no harm. I mean, I'm pretty sure this is the God in her. She's just helping me. She's just here to help me get back on my feet and get things straight and help me get my life in order. I 100% believe that's probably what Cora did and like how she was playing it. Cause don't you find it weird? She's talking about they had to do counseling or whatnot, but you recording it though? Like, why are you recording it for? And then just to find out, like, she used it against her in court. And y'all, the judge who was over the court case between Cora and that woman was her daddy's friend. Like, she's the DA down in there. Her name is Faith Jackson. Whatnot. I'll show the picture. But her and tdjakes are actually friends. Like, come to find out, that same judge who presided over that case helped one of her Cora's brothers, tdjakes' son, get off another case not too long before that. And if I'm not mistaken, I'm gonna post this picture, but they saying the DA woman or whatnot, the judge or whatever, she goes to tdjakes' church. Does that not sound crazy as hell to y'all? Like, that she should have recused herself from the case in the first damn play, because clearly there's a conflict of interest. Like, obviously, like, you that tied into that family. Like, it's so many pictures of her and this damn man, tdjakes, is all together and, all buddy and shit. Why are you handling this damn case with his daughter? And, like, and not only that, like, it's just, y'all, it's crazy as hell. I'm gonna just show y'all the pictures of, like, this woman and tdjakes. And as y'all see, that's a connection with this woman and Cora's daddy, tdjakes. Like, they have been involved for some years now, as far as, like, the little friendship and shit. So, like, Michelle stood, like, no chance. Like, whether she had money or not, she stood no chance because of the connection between the woman, Faith Johnson, and tdjakes. Like, she stood no chance because the odds were already against her. They were stacked up and it was against her, and she wasn't going to win there whether she had money or not. It just made it worse because she is a poor woman, so she couldn't afford a good attorney, and that's how Cora came into taking her child. And then pretty much like she said, she was pretty much set up. You don't sit to record her in a very vulnerable state, telling you all her issues and whatnot, and you took her to child with a judge that you knew was close to your dad. So she pretty much, as the woman said, was just set up from the start. There was not a damn thing. Like, she said she still, like, she wants her child back, but she has no idea where to start. And, like, and I'm just sorry. I just feel like if she don't have nobody to help her who has power, she's probably not gonna get that damn child back. And so crazy, she said her other kids remember him. And it's just fucked up for them to be, like, Cora's, like, so deep. Like, I'm not even trying to say speak against the church and nothing like that. I'm not one of the people who have a problem with religion or church and nothing like that, but I do have a problem with people in church who use the church as their power, I guess you would say, over people. Like, that's just fucked up. You a fucked up person, you just a fucked up person. I don't give a damn what your religion is. Like, that's shitty. But then, also, y'all, before I get ready to go off of this, one more thing. I didn't mention this earlier, but okay. Remember I said her and her husband, Cora and her husband, Richard Brandon Coleman, has been married for 10 years. Okay. Earlier this year, about January, I want to say, they filed for a divorce. And I remember this too. I don't remember them filing for divorce. Like I said, I don't keep up with, like, the gospel community. But I do remember what I'm about to show y'all. Because I remember thinking to myself, I have no idea who this woman is and her husband. So, her husband, Brandon, actually got arrested too earlier this year. And y'all, guess what the damn charge was? And let me go ahead and post this tea for y'all. And I'm going to wrap it up. Okay, so y'all, just in case you couldn't read that bottom line, cause with the social media stuff now, you have to block off certain stuff. But Mr. Brandon, Cora's husband, has apparently been sexually assaulting the daughter they have continuously. So yes, yeah, y'all. I can just imagine what y'all saying to yourselves right now. Yes. So therefore, a lot of people are speculating that's why they're getting a divorce because of this. And I remember that Cora and her family most definitely have been trying to keep their image clean. Cause I remember somebody on Twitter had shared a link about that. And I remember thinking to myself, I have no idea who these people are because I don't keep up with that community whatsoever. But now that it's coming back to light, it makes fucking sense. And I don't want to suggest, cause I will hope Cora's not doing what most might think. I will pray to God that she's not sitting here adopting kids for the sole purpose of her husband's pleasure. I hope that's not what's been the case of it. But when I say, and I hate I even feel like this because I'm not surprised that this has been happening. I hate it for that little girl because she really is a cute little thing. And hell, I guess, I don't know, because them kids been around them so long because they low-key look like him. So hell, for all we know, it could be his kids and she just adopted him or whatnot. But prior to that charge, something else that somebody pointed out was that this husband of her has a long arrest record. Even in just the year 2019, he had so many charges for somebody dealing with a firearm and whatnot. So I guess assault or aggravated assault or some shit like that. So now we put two and two together. It's okay, we see why she doesn't go through the regular way of adopting kids. Cause if her husband has a long track record, they can't adopt kids. It's I be telling folks, this is another subject for another time, but it's way easier to buy a gun than it is to adopt a child. And if you have a track record with the jail system, it's not even to say that you won't get a child, but the way they pressure, I have two people I know who had tried to go into the adoption system to get a child because they have fertility issues. And even though, cause both of them are single women and whatnot, and I don't want to call no names out, but when I say the amount of stuff they had to show and provide and do just to get a child and just still get denied and aim and shit on their track record, I can just imagine somebody with a long record like his, he probably the reason why she couldn't adopt regularly. And like I said, all is speculation, but it all makes sense when you actually add it up together though. That's craziness. And then the last weird thing about this, okay, so they're getting divorced, right? He's been charged with sexual assault and they're trying to heat that crowd. Get this shit here, y'all. So, yes, y'all, she has another child, y'all. And she hasn't really been posting much since this news broke out. So it's too early to say whether or not she's trying to adopt or take this child, or she's just helping out, or what's the case. Is it just a friend's baby? But as you can see, she clearly has a parent and whatnot. So hopefully, like I said, everything is just speculations and allegations. So hopefully it's not what we think it is. And it's just truly just a misunderstanding or something like that. Far as that, the Michelle girl, they trying people are trying to get her to a bigger platform to tell her side of the story. Cause like I said, she's an average woman. And she's poorer than Cora now. The Jakes family has power. So they're trying to get her to a platform that can hear her side of the story. But as of right now, she hasn't said anything else after she did that live video. So hopefully, like I said, I hope it's not the case of what we think it is. But people are crazy as hell. And like I said, I'm not against the church. But damn, church people are becoming very sick, to say that at least. I wouldn't be surprised if it is exactly what we think it is. But other than that, I'm going to just leave off with the picture of Cora and her kids currently right now at the state they in. If y'all have any comments or anything, go ahead, drop something. Let me know what you think or whatever. And y'all don't pay attention to my wig or whatnot, because it wasn't meant to be taken serious. It's just some shit I'm trying. And I just put my little white girl wig on. But other than that though, y'all let me know what y'all think. I'll see y'all next go around.